Hi, I'm the List Girl, and welcome to my video graphic journal.
Hi, I'm the List Girl.
Hi, I'm the List Girl.
Hey guys, let's go here.
Hi, I'm the List Girl, and this is my bucket list channel. A place full of discovery, cultural discovery, creative discovery, skill discovery, self-discovery. My list contains 1,000 things I want to do before I die.
With my list, in new experiences, new skill, most importantly, I set out to discover myself.
What would you put on your list if you had one? If you had no limitations, an infinite amount of time, and a pocket full of money, how would you change your story? How would you change your life? In today's video, we're going to be talking about autism and things that cause sensory overload. I'm going to be quickly or briefly discussing or explaining what sensory overload is, why it happens, and then I'm going to go through an extensive list of triggers for sensory overload, and then I'm going to go into a little bit about what we can do, autistics ourselves and those that have an autistic loved one or peer that would like to help in some form of way, how to prevent it, and how to create sensory-friendly environments. So sensory overload means that an autistic person has reached or surpassed their capacity for processing sensory stimulus and the input in which their brain can process that stimulus effectively. This tends to happen because many autistic individuals have heightened or atypical sensory processing sensitivities, meaning sounds, lights, textures, smells, or other sensory stimulus can be perceived as more intense than their neurotypical peers. For example, a crowded shopping mall. It has bright lights, it has background music, talking shoppers, the hum of air conditioning. This can create a flood of stimulus to an autistic person, which we cannot filter out. When this happens, an autistic experiences intense discomfort, anxiety, and stress, making it hard to focus, communicate, and regulate our emotions. Unlike typical sensory experiences where a person can tune out background noise or adjust to their surroundings, an autistic will often process these stimulus all at once, leading to an overwhelming sensation that can quickly become unbearable. When sensory overload happens, an autistic person can react in many different ways depending on their coping mechanisms and the environment itself. So some may become visibly distressed, covering their ears, shielding their eyes, running away to a more comfortable environment. Others might experience a shutdown, which is what I tend to experience when I have sensory overload, which is where we become non-verbal, unresponsive, or unable to move or process information properly. In some cases, sensory overload can lead to a meltdown, which is a state of intense emotional and physical distress that is often misunderstood as behavioral issues when in reality it's an uncontrollable response. Sensory overload can also impact an autistic person's ability to participate in daily activities, making environments like schools, workplaces, and public spaces challenging. Understanding and accommodating sensory needs, such as providing quiet spaces, reducing unnecessary noises, and allowing for sensory-friendly tools like noise-cancelling headphones and fidget toys, can significantly improve an autistic person's comfort and well-being in various settings, making it easier to cope, making it easier for the person to be able to take part, and for the autistic person to feel understood, respected, and included. What can trigger sensory overload? Visual triggers. Bright, flickering or fluorescent lights, sudden changes in lighting, fast-moving images or flashing lights, busy environments with too much visual clutter, patterns that create an illusion of movement, rapid movements in the environment, bright or neon colours that are too intense, strong contrasts between colours, screens with excessive brightness or fast-moving content, being forced to maintain eye contact for too long. Auditory triggers. Loud or sudden noises, high-pitched sounds, background noise that can't be filtered out, overlapping conversations in busy environments, certain frequencies of sound that feel physically painful, unexpected noises, repetitive or clicking sounds, household appliances, school or workplace noises, music played at high volumes or with intense bass, people talking loudly or with a specific tone or pitch. Tactile triggers. Certain fabric textures, feeling too hot, cold, or experiencing temperature fluctuations, being unexpectedly touched or bumped into, tight or restrictive clothing, loose clothing that moves against the skin too much, certain grooming activities, water temperature differences, feeling different textures on the hands, stickiness or wetness on the skin, socks with seams that feel uncomfortable, walking on different surfaces barefoot, wearing new or uncomfortable shoes. Smell triggers. Strong perfumes or colognes, certain food smells such as fish, eggs, dairy, strong spices, cleaning products with harsh chemical scents, air fresheners or scented candles that are too intense, cigarette smoke or strong alcohol smells, gasoline or exhaust fumes, public restrooms with strong cleaning product odors, body odor or sweat, the smell of new books, plastic or rubber, certain flowers or plants with strong natural scents. Taste triggers. Certain textures in food, strong or spicy flavors, food that mixes too many textures at once, foods that are too hot or too cold, unexpected flavor combinations, carbonated beverages that create a strong sensation, artificial flavorings that taste too strong or unnatural, certain aftertastes that linger for too long. Body awareness and balance related triggers. Feeling off balance or dizzy from movement, sudden changes in position, being in a crowded space where movement is restricted, feeling disconnected from body movement, such as walking on uneven surfaces or tight spaces, sitting in an uncomfortable or unsupported position for too long, high impact activities like jumping, running, or sudden stopping. Internal body sensation triggers. Hunger or thirst that feels overwhelming, feeling too full after eating, temperature discomfort, feeling too hot or too cold, needing to use the restroom but unable to go right away, heart rate changes due to stress or physical activity, feeling lightheaded or nauseous, pain or discomfort, sensations from certain medications such as drowsiness and jitteriness. And finally, emotional and social triggers. Social expectations, such as forced small talk or making eye contact, crowds or social gatherings that feel too chaotic, unexpected social interactions, being put on the spot to answer questions or make decisions quickly, emotional stress or confrontation, sudden changes in plans without warning, too many instructions given all at once, and feeling rushed to complete a task. Preventing sensory overload for an autistic person involves creating a sensory-friendly environment, minimizing triggers, and implementing proactive strategies that help regulate sensory input. One of the most effective preventatives is modifying the surroundings to reduce overwhelming stimuli. This can include using noise-cancelling headphones to block out excessive noise, wearing sunglasses or blue light filtering glasses to reduce visual strain, opting for comfortable tag-free clothing to avoid tactile discomfort, controlling the environment by dimming bright lights, reducing background noise, and using soft natural materials can make a space more accommodating. Planning ahead is also extremely crucial. Avoiding peak hours in crowded spaces, having a sensory toolkit readily available, and allowing for quick breaks to prevent overload. I was counting my fingers. Establishing a predictable routine and gradually exposing an autistic person to new experiences in a controlled way can help build tolerance while preventing overwhelming situations. When sensory overload does occur, having helpful aids on hand can make a significant difference in recovery and comfort. Sensory tools such as fidget toys, weighted blankets, compression clothing, and jewelry, also known as chewable jewelry, can provide calming input and help regulate sensory processing. Deep pressure techniques, such as a weighted lap pad, weighted blanket, or tight hugs, if consensually allowed or welcomed, or pressure vests, can offer soothing proprioceptive input that helps with grounding. Access to quiet, low stimulation spaces, such as a designated calm down room, a car, or even a secluded corner, allows an autistic person to retreat and reset. Mindfulness techniques such as deep breathing exercises, rhythmic movements, or guided meditation. Guided meditations can be difficult for autistics who also have ADHD, so this one thing may not be a possible option in certain situations. These things can be beneficial in regaining control when overloaded. Additionally, communication tools such as visual schedules, emotion charts, or nonverbal indicators can help an autistic person express their needs before reaching a crisis point. Having a strong support system that understands sensory needs and respects boundaries is also key to preventing and managing sensory overload effectively. In conclusion, sensory overload is a significant challenge for many autistic individuals, affecting their ability to navigate daily life comfortably. Understanding the wide range of sensory triggers, whether auditory, visual, tactile, or emotional, can help create more supportive and accommodating environments. By recognizing the signs of overload and taking proactive steps to prevent it, we can reduce distress and improve overall well-being. Sensory-friendly adjustments, the use of helpful aids, and a compassionate approach to an autistic person's unique sensory needs can make a profound difference in the quality of their life. Ultimately, sensory overload is not just about discomfort. It is a fundamental aspect of how an autistic person experiences the world around them. By fostering awareness, promoting accessibility, and respecting individual needs, we can work towards a more inclusive society where autistic individuals feel safe, understood, and empowered. Whether through small adjustments in the environment or larger social changes, prioritizing sensory-friendly spaces benefits not just autistic individuals but everyone who values a more thoughtful and considerate world. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you learned something new, please let me know in the comments, and I hope you will have a wonderful week.